the chapter, let us first find out what Swiflearn is. Right, as you already know by now, because most of you are taking the regular classes in Swiflearn, that Swiflearn is the India's most sincere learning destination for classes 1 to 10. Over here, this is the sincere learning destination because we try harder. So in like Swiflearn, you will get all the classes which are 100% live and interactive classes. So all the classes which you will get over here, in the classes you can ask any sort of confusion, any doubt to the teacher, and the teacher explain everything within the class only. Right? So this is the main thing which we get in Swiflearn. Secondly, we give personalized attention to each and every students to in our batches, because our batches consist of maximum number of 6 students. Fine. So it can be the batch of like 1 student or 2 or 3 4 and maximum 6, not more than that, which help us to keep an eye on you, how you are performing, how you are improving, where you were lagging, and accordingly we will give you the feedback so that you can improve yourself. Right. Thirdly, we have a very good dedicated academic mentor team who continuously keep a track on the student's progress. So how the student is doing the homework, how they are performing in the class, how they are solving all the question answer before going to the school examination. So everything is tracked, and accordingly you will be able to improve yourself. Fine. And fourthly, which is very important, that we cover the syllabus as per your school examination schedule. So if you have any particular chapter in your school exam, so you can tell us and we will do that chapter first, and then we will move on to the other chapters. Right. So this type of custom request we generally handle in Swiflearn. So these are the general features of the Swiflearn. Now let us find out what are the key features of Swiflearn. So the key features of Swiflearn is, first of all, we maintain a detailed progress report for each and every student. So how you are performing in the homework, how you are understanding each and every topic properly in the class, how you are promptly answering or asking for the doubts in the class, how you are doing the homework and the different practice test, in which topic you were lagging, which topic you are very good with it. So all these types of things are actually noted down, and it is there in the detailed progress report which we provide you in different time intervals so that you can improve yourself. Right. Secondly, we have the Swiflearn academic test series, in short, which we call as the SATs, where you will be able to understand where you are ranking by giving this test. Thirdly, you can take unlimited practice test in Swiflearn, where you can get different types of question, which can be the objective as well as the subjective type of question. The objective obviously include the various categories, like you can say MCQ, it can have your one word answer, filling the blanks, true, false, match the column. These are all included within the objective type of question, where you will be able to understand where you are lagging and in which topic you are already fine with it. Okay. And also we have the subjective test, which is very important before going to the school exam or the board examination. So you should know all the key points of the answer, or how to write the subjective answer, right? And also the diagram, where to provide the diagram, where to give the graph and all, or proper equation where it is needed. So we have a very good uh, group of teacher who will be able to like correct all your question answer, and they will give you the tips. According to that, you will be able to improve yourself. Right. So these are the key features which we have in Swiflearn. So please don't be let, book a free trial class and experience all these features with us, learn with us. Okay. So you can subscribe our channel in YouTube. I know already you have done this one, so those who have not done till now, please subscribe our channel in YouTube, press the bell icon, and never miss any of the update of the upcoming sessions of Swiflearn. Okay, so stay with Swiflearn, like, comment, and share with all your friends and family members. Fine. Okay, chalo, now let's move on to the topic of today. So as I have already said, that today's topic of discussion is some natural phenomena. So this is the second session of this chapter. We have already done a lot in the first session, where we have already learned about what is the natural phenomena, what are the different types of natural phenomena, and how charging happens due to rubbing. Right. So we will just continue with those concepts only. Fine. So let us see what we will mainly discuss in today's session. We will discuss the transfer of the charges, how the different charges transfer from one body to another body, from one object to another object, right? Secondly, we will discuss about the concept of electroscope. What is the electroscope? Why do we use that? We will discuss all these things. Thirdly, we will study about earthing. What do you mean by earthing? What actually is earthing, and how it protects the different devices in our house, and how it is like the protective point. There is the earth pin which is present in the plug point, right? We all know that how it happens, right? And fourthly, we will study about the story of the lightning, how lightning actually occurs. Fine. So these are the topic of discussion for today's session. I guess you all are ready with that, right? Yes. Okay. Now, first topic of discussion is the transfer of charge. Let us find out how the transfer of charge takes place. Now, when you will take a charged body in contact with the uncharged body means the body is not having any sort of positive or the negative charge, right? So that is totally neutral, we can say, right? When you will take any charged body towards it, we will see that the charge is passing through this, right? From the charged body to the uncharged body, right? And this method of charging a body is known as charging by contact or charging by conduction. Now in the picture over here, you can see that there is a neutral thing, right? It is hanging over here, right? And now you are bringing a charged body. It can be either charged by rubbing with a scale, right? So the scale we can see over here is carrying some charge which are negative charge. Now when we are keeping it in contact with the uncharged body, all the negative charges are going towards the neutral body or the uncharged body, right? So this is known as the charging by contact or charging by conduction. So we can see from here, or we can infer from here, that the charges always pass from the charged body towards the uncharged body, right? And also it is carrying the similar type of charge. Clear, eh? Up to this much? Yes. So if a body is charged by contact, it gets the same charge as the charged body. So in the previous slide, we have already seen that the charged body was carrying the negative charge, and when we are contacting it with an uncharged body, it is giving the negative charge towards the neutral body. Fine. So the transfer of the charge can be observed by the following activity. Let us find out what activity it is. Okay, you can do this activity at home also. So what you have to do is, you take a jam bottle, okay, and cover the mouth of the bottle with a piece of cardboard. So remember that the piece of the cardboard should be a little bit bigger than the mouth of the bottle. Fine. Now take a paper pin, okay, a paper clip, okay, and just open it. Fine. Now make a hole in between this cardboard and hang this paper pin. Fine. Now with the paper pin, you have to cut two strips of aluminium foil, which can be of any length. It can be like, for example, 4 centimeter into 1 centimeter each, and hang them with the paper clip. Now what will you see? This type of organization you will find, right? Now take a pen refill, okay, refill of the pen, and rub it with some like different type of cloth, okay, so that it will be totally charged, okay. And now touch it with the paper clip. So what will you observe over here? Can you see any change in the aluminium foil? Yes, you can see the aluminium foil. They are repelling each other. Why do you think that they are repelling each other? Yes, any answer in the chat box? Okay, so we are keeping in contact with the charged body, that is the refill, which is carrying the negative charge. So when we are just making in contact with the pin, the charge is flowing through the pin towards the aluminium foil, and the aluminium foil is getting the similar type of charge. right? As it is the negatively charged, so all the positive charge will be accumulated towards the upper portion and the negative charge will go towards the aluminium foil. And as the two strips of the aluminium foil are carrying the similar type of charge, that is the negative charge in this case, they will start repelling each other. Right? So in the previous session, we have already discussed that the like charge repel and the opposite charge or unlike charge, they attract each other. Do you remember this? Yes, exactly the same thing happened in this case also. Clear hai? So you have got an idea how charging takes place and how the neutral object can be charged by touching, right? And why it is repelling, because they are having the same charge. So we know that the like charges always repel each other. Clear hai? After this much any question you can ask me in the chat box. Okay. Now just remove that pen refill and touch the paper clip with your hand. What will you observe? Just touch it and what will you observe? You can see the picture over here and you can tell me. Excuse me. You can see that the charges are discharged, right? It is becoming neutral again. In the previous form, it is going back, right? So whenever you are just touching the paper clip, you can find that the strips of the aluminium foil, they collapse. Okay, as soon as you are touching the paper clip. So why does it happen? You have any idea why does it happen? Yes, because the charge is going through your body towards the earth or towards the ground. Okay, so we can see over here that the foil strips over here, the aluminium foil strips are discharged, means it is giving out the charges and the charges is flowing through your hand towards your body and towards the ground because you are touching the ground, right? Yes. Okay, so this lose of charge or loss of charge also takes place through your body. After this much clear how the transfer of charge is happening, right? Okay, now let me find out this answer from you. Please tell me which of the following among the plastic scale, copper rod and an inflated balloon cannot be charged easily by friction. If you rub it, if you just give the friction, which will not be charged among all these three things? Yes. Hi, Abhay. How are you? Okay. Can you tell me? It is the copper rod. Why? Because only by friction, charged by friction can happen only through the non-conducting materials. But the copper rod, we know that it is a very good conductor of heat and electricity, right? It is the like metal, right? Exactly. So that is why we can see over here the copper rod will cannot be charged easily by friction, but it will happen in case of the plastic scale as well as the inflated balloon, right? Okay, now let us move on to the next question. What is the polarity of charge on the glass rod when it is rubbed with a piece of silk cloth? So think about the frictional order of electrostatic force, which we have already discussed in the previous session. Yes. Can you think of it? In which position the glass rod is like the glass was staying in the frictional order of electrostatic force? It is in the fifth position. Okay. And in case of silk cloth, where it was standing in the seventh position. So we already know that however lower number position they are there, the materials will accumulate the negative charge, right? And whenever they are going to the upper order, they will have the positive charge, right? Over here then we will find that the glass rod will become positively charged because it was itself the negatively charged, so it will by rubbing it will acquire the just the opposite charge, right? Whereas we can see that the silk cloth will acquire the negative charge, right? So because when their two objects are rubbed against each other, they actually acquire the opposite charge. Up to this much clear, eh? Yes. Okay. Now we have already seen the transfer of the charge with the help of the paper clip, right? Do you know what is this device actually have a name? What is this called? Any idea? Yes, the device which we have made with the jam bottle and the paper clip and the cardboard on it. Do you have the idea what is this device called? It is known as the electroscope. Fine. So this type of arrangement is known as the electroscope, which is the device which help us to check whether any body is carrying any charge or not. Right. So this is the device which help us to know whether any body is carrying any charge or it is totally neutral. Fine. Up to this much clear? If you have any question, please write down in the chat box. Okay, now we have already seen this one also. So when there is we are rubbing a refill and keeping in connection with the uh, paper clip, it is acquiring some charge, and the aluminium foil were just repelling each other because of having the similar type of charge, right? Say it be the negative charge. But when we are touching the paper clip, we saw that the aluminium foil strip is collapsing. Why is it happening? Because the charge is flowing through our body, right? You have already seen that. Why it is happening? Because it is flowing through our body and it is going towards the earth through our body, right? We can say this type as the foil strips are discharging this charge, or we can say that the foil strips are discharged, right? Hi Shalini, how are you? Okay, so do you know what is this called? This process of transferring of the charge from a charged object towards the ground. Yes, I know, beta. You are new. Thank you for joining. Okay, can you tell me that what is it called when the charge is transferring to the body and going towards the earth? Yes, yes, Shalini. Yes, okay. So this is known as earthing. Very good. So this process of transferring of the charge from the charged body towards the ground is known as the earthing. Right. So over here, the earth actually acts as a sink for the electricity. So it will take all the different current. Okay, beta, we will start with the sixth class again in some other session. Okay, Shalini? Okay, hi Dimple, how are you? Okay, fine. So this process is known as the earthing, and over here the earth actually acts as a sink which can take all the electric charges. Fine. So earthing is provided. Why it is very much needed? Because it protect us from the electrical shock due to any sort of leakage in the electric current. Right. So have you seen any plug like this? Yes, it is having the three pins. Can you see over here? Yes, this one is known as the earth pin, which is a protective point. Okay, which protect any leakage or excessive flow of the electric current and give it back towards the ground, right? And these two pins are the live and the neutral pin. So through the live pin, the current comes, and through the neutral, it goes out, right? So these are the two neutral and live pins which are generally present in the other different devices, other different plugs also, okay, where the earth pin is not that much needed. But due to the heavy appliance, in case of the heavy appliance, they also need an extra pin, which is the earth pin, so that if any huge high voltage demand is there, for the high voltage demand, obviously when the huge amount of current is passing through it, it will give the excess current towards the ground. Up to this much clear what is earthing, how earthing is taking place, why it is so much necessary to protect our building, right? Yes. Okay, now let us find out the electroscope concept. I will show you the main picture of the electroscope. So by doing all the activities previously, we have seen what is the main purpose of the electroscope. What is the electroscope? It is the device which actually checks whether a body is having any charge or not, right? And we have also seen through the electroscope how the charge is transferring from one charged object to another object through a metal conductor, right? So already we have an idea what is electroscope, right? Now this one is the electroscope. Okay, so this is also having a metal foil, it is having a cork. You can see the copper wire where we have already used the paper pin while making it on ourselves, right? And they have the aluminium foil. So these are the main things which are present in the electroscope, right? Okay. Now, if the charged body is touched to the end of the electroscope, we can see that at the end of the paper clip, we can find that the aluminium strips will start repelling each other. Why? Because they are continuously having the same type of charge. Up to this much clear hai? Yes, I've already explained the concept of having this, right? Okay, now let me ask you some of the questions. So, why do you think that the two charge bodies attract or repel? Over here, in the case of the electroscope, we have seen that the aluminium charges, like the aluminium foils, are repelling each other, right? So, they are having the same type of charge. So, why these charge bodies will attract each other or repel each other? Any idea? Yes. Any idea? Because it follows the phenomena where we have already studied the phenomena that like charges always repel and the unlike charges always attract each other. Clear? Eh? Yes? Okay. We have seen this in case of magnet also. Remember? Yes. So if the aluminium strips of the electroscope are replaced by the plastic strips and a charged body is brought in contact with the metal clip, what will happen? Yes. Do you have any idea if we replace that aluminum foil with the plastic strip, we will see the same type of thing, that the repulsion will take place, or there will be nothing? There will be no attraction or no repulsion at all. What do you think? Yes, exactly. The plastic strips will show the repulsion, right? In the similar way. So the charges of from this charge body will be transferred through the metal rod. Okay, that is the strip which the metal clip we are using over here, and as a result the same type of charge will go towards the plastic strip and it will start repulsing each other. Clear? Eh? Yes. If you have any sort of confusion, any question, please ask me in the chat box. Now can you tell me what is meant by earthing? Yes, what do you mean by earthing? What is it actually? It is the process of transfer of the charges from the charged body towards the earth, right? When the charges are flowing through your body or any charged body towards the earth, we call this as the earthing. Clear here? Yes? Now, let us now move on to the next topic of discussion, which is very important, which is there in your syllabus, that how lightning occurs. Right. So we have already studied in the previous session what is lightning. That is the formation of the light and sound during the very thunderstorm. We can see it. It is so huge that sometimes it brighten up the whole sky at all during the thunderstorm. Right. We can see them as the lightning. So there are three main primary types of lightning. Do you know what are they? Yes, one is the from one cloud to itself only, when the charge is jumping from one cloud to itself. Next, second one, from one cloud to another cloud when charging is happening. Okay. And thirdly, from the cloud to the ground. Okay. So there are three main types of lightning. So over here, when the lightning takes place through the from within one cloud only due to the differences in the charge, we call it as the intra-cloud lightning. Okay, this is the intra-cloud lightning. When it is happening from one cloud to another, the same thing happen in this case also, that is the charge. Okay, the charge is discharging. Okay, exactly. So this is known as inter-cloud lightning. So this one is known as the inter-cloud lightning. And when it is between the cloud and the ground, it is just generally we call it between the cloud and the ground. It does not have any other name, right? So these are the three different types of lightning which we can see. Fine. Now over here, see the lightning, how it is happening in the sky. So in the intra-cloud lightning, what happened in this, the accumulation of the different charges takes place in a huge cloud. One positive charge is accumulated in one side and the negative charges are accumulated in the another side, right? And this results in the lightning in the cloud itself. When they are jumping from within the one cloud only, right? This is known as the intra-cloud lightning. Fine. Secondly, we can see from one cloud to another. In this case, what happened? The accumulation of the different charges occurs in two different clouds. Okay, and when they are coming in contact with each other or coming very close to each other, it results in the lightning by the transfer of the charge from one cloud to another cloud due to the differences in their charges, right? So this type of lightning, we call it as the intercloud lightning, which happens between the two different clouds. Fine. Yes. Now let us find how the lightning takes place. You can see, I guess, in the diagram how lightning is taking place, right? The streaks of light is coming. Now the third one is when there is a charge discharge, or we can say the transfer of the charges from the cloud towards the ground. This is the third case of lightning. Okay, so can you see in this picture that the streaks of light is coming from the cloud towards the ground? Yes, when the differences in the charges takes place from the cloud and the ground, and when the cloud is very nearby towards the ground. Sorry. So what happened over here? The accumulation of the different polarity of the charges, we can say in the cloud. Let me draw over here and show you. If this is a cloud and having the negative charges in the lower region, okay, and they are having the positive charges in the other side, and on the ground, this is the ground, we can see, which are having the positive charges accumulated over here. Then what will happen? The streaks of light, or we can say the lightning, will take place, or the streaks of light will come to the ground from the light. Okay, and lightning we can see over here due to the transfer of the charges, because we can see the different charges over here, right? So this streaks of light and sound will be produced, and that is how the lightning actually causes. Fine. Up to this much clear, I guess you have got an idea what are the three different types of lightning. Yes, the intra-cloud between the same cloud, inter-cloud in the two different clouds when the charges are transferring, and third is the between the cloud and the ground when the charge is coming from the cloud towards the ground, right? Up to this much clear? Yes. Okay, now let us find out some of the question answers. So first question is, when is lightning seen? Can you tell me, when can we see the lightning? Yes. Yes, Shalini, Dimple, Abhay. Yes, you were there. Okay, so we can see the lightning due to when there is the accumulation of the negative charge from the cloud and the positive charge on the ground meets, right? When there is the accumulation of the positive and the negative charge, a huge amount of energy is produced as the bright light and sound, and thus this results in the lightning, and we can see the lightning, the streaks of light. Fine. Exactly. Now, when the lightning strikes the sand or the sandy soil, in the sea beach, we can generally see this. It fuses together the grains to create a small glass-like tube. Have you ever seen this? Yes, this glass-like tube is known as a fulgurite. Okay, so they are not only prized by the collector, they are also of the great scientific value in demonstrating the past occurrence of the lightning storms. So if you have ever seen it, or like, yeah, collected it, so let me know. Yes, so this is a very beautiful thing you can see that happens due to the lightning, right? Okay, so that's it. We have already discussed some of the question answers, what, like, about the chapter which we have like we are discussing, that is the natural phenomena. We have got an idea what is the electroscope, what is the transfer of charges, right? The transfer of charge from one charged body towards the uncharged body. We have got an idea what is the electroscope. That is a device which is used to check the body, whether it is containing any charge or not. Also, we have studied about the earthing, what is earthing and why it is necessary. Okay, and fourthly, we have studied about the lightning, the main story of the lightning and the three different types of lightning. So I guess if you get any sort of question about these things, you can give the answers correctly, right? Now let me give you some homework. Okay, so for homework, I'm telling you some of the question. Please write it down in your notebook so that you can write the answers correctly. Okay, and we will discuss in the next session. Clear hai na? Chalo. So write down the importance of earthing. Mention the importance of earthing. This is my first question of homework, right? Secondly, my second question will be, what do you mean by electroscope? Yes. The second question will be, what do you mean by electroscope? Okay. And my third question will be, what are the different types of lightning? Explain all of them. So this will be a question of 5 marks. So according to the 5 marks, we have to write the three main types of the lightning, as well as we have to explain how the three types of lightning is occurring. Clear hai? Okay, you will do the homework, I guess. Yes? Okay. So thank you for being with us. Thank you for being with Swiflearn and being with us with the full session. I know you will be in the next session also. We will discuss more about the natural phenomena, that is earthquake, in the next session. So we will all meet in the next session. So never forget to subscribe our channel in YouTube. Please press the bell icon and never miss any update of the upcoming sessions, right? So stay with Swiflearn. Please like, comment and share it with all your friends and family members. So we will again meet in this next session. So till then,